Okay. So, my name is Katie Guston. I am one of the 9 members of the Board of Assessment Appeals. And if you're not familiar with the process, the way this works is all these individuals come forward with their individual appeal, and I'll hear yours. After, well, I'm probably at this point, 17 weeks now. By another week or 2, we'll finish them all. We'll get together as an entire unit, and we'll deliberate and do the hearings, do the decision hearing. And we'll reach a decision. We'll notify the assessor's office that night, and then they're supposed to notify you within 5 to 7 days. So you will know as we move through.
Okay.
At that time, you'll get your notice from them, and it will include instructions on how to proceed. If you like what we came up with, perfect, you're done. If you don't, you can go to court or you can come back next year. I am just going to swear you in. This is my first one of the night. Let's see. 9. I'm going to swear you in, and you're just going to sign here that you've been sworn. But do you solemnly swear that the information you should give concerning the assessment appeal now in question shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So you sign there, and then, for the record, it is 6:06 that we're starting. Got to put that down, too. Oh, I'm so excited.
I'm the first one?
Tonight?
Done?
No.
I thought maybe no one else came.
Imagine. No. And this is, I'll tell you what, next year's going to be worse. For all our complaining now, next year's going to be worse. Because they'll feel this tax hit in October, and then they'll be back here in February. Because right now, only people are like, whoa, are on top of it. Anyway, okay. I read through it, so I know this is the lot, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
It's the empty lot, so,
Yeah, vacant.
One
And not on the water side.
No, on
Okay.
the creek side.
Okay.
And one thing I want to mention to you is that photograph there is actually taken by the lot next door.
Okay.
It's the lot next door plus mine.
Okay, so it looks generous.
So I don't know if that affected his
No, I don't think so.
ruling or
Because I think they
whatever.
have,
Because that's like over
they
here,
have.
he took that picture. This is my lot,
yeah,
and he took it on over here.
got it.
From this lot, because the house is, you can see
Yep,
the
yep.
roof line of the house over here.
So it's three vacant lots in a row? Or no,
Well,
there's a house on this one?
There's a house here, and
So
this
it's
is
two.
my vacant lot, but I'm just saying,
Yeah.
he might have figured this was the whole thing, that first vacant lot,
Yeah.
and then my lot, when he looked at it.
I don't know. Because I'm sure he has the square footage down for, 2,300 square feet of.
That's another thing, that's kind of.
Okay.
This is when I downloaded it online.
Yeah.
It has the dimensions there, but in the deed, I went over and checked my dad's deed and everything. It's listed as 50 by 70. So, who do I, here's the deed. Over here, the dimensions.
What do they have you at?
See, this
49 by 66?
Yeah, he's got, this is, say, 50, but, it's like 4 feet difference on the length. The 70 feet here, it's got 66.4. I don't know where they come up with these dimensions that the aerial.
Yeah. Yeah, but. There's some kind of discrepancy. Okay. Okay. I have that. So what the town says it's worth $238. And now where do we get the 146? You say
Well, that was there. I'm saying it shouldn't be increased at all.
Okay, that's what it was.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Okay.
That was on your appraisal here.
So last year, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, and the change. Okay.
So,
this is assessed. And now you're assessed. Okay, so these are the 70% values. Okay, I gotta change them in my mind. Right, because 146. 146, this is assessed. And that's 146 equals 70% of X. So the town says you're actually worth 146, 300 divided by 0.7 equals 209. So it says 209 is the fair market value right now. Or what it was. They moved you up to 238, 224 assessed. And that is 238, 224 divided by 0.7 equals 3. They're saying your lot is worth 340. Okay. I'm going to have you, because they're asking for fair market value, I'm going to change these numbers and you're just going to sign it. Because this is how you pay taxes on 70% of the value of the property.
Okay.
So when they say assessed, so they set a mill rate.
I put the wrong number.
Yeah, because I don't want people to go through and be like, this is worth more than, Yeah. So let's just change this so.
I'm sorry.
No, you're okay. You're not the only one. So I'll change this to assessed. Assess. And then fair market value is 4320, and you would like it back to 209. Okay. So just a signature that you're aware of that.
Okay.
If you like those.
Can I just take a picture?
Of course. If you like those numbers. I mean, those are your numbers. I'm just putting them to the actual 100% value.
Yeah, those are my numbers.
This is
Thank you.
2024, and we're moving to 2025. Okay, now, did you give me any?
I gave you an estimate because I had talked to Noel Doc. Yeah, it was included in the package.
So when did the house, not that this matters, I'm just curious, when did the house go?
In Hurricane Sandy.
Okay, it never got, okay.
Yeah, we never did anything after that.
Okay.
But this was included in North Marine.
Okay, what it would cost to do yeah.
Because if you'll see by it has so much stuff on the lot.
Yeah.
That was left, the foundation walls, piles, and the dock was basically destroyed. But this is what's there that was left.
These are in here? Because those are better.
Yeah.
I mean, they're in here, but,
Yeah.
Okay.
And like this is the bulkhead, this
Yep.
is the bulkhead behind where the garage was, that went too. So, they're all kind of in there. And then what happens is during storms, I don't know if it's the town trucks or the trucks that people have across the street that clear their driveway.
Yeah.
They throw everything in my lot. So you can see the piles of stuff here. It's in the, over here. So, I can't even park in the driveway now, because it's like the last page is just, yeah. So, this is like the last page.
Oh, yeah.
So, I can't, we used to be able to even at least drive in that thing, because it was a parking lot the whole width of the property.
Yeah.
But like I said, I don't know if the town did that during the storm, when they have a storm, because it fills up the roads and everything, or what. But, I've got to get rid of it once we do something.
Okay.
But, what I did is I sent down, literature, how long a bulkhead's supposed to last. It's in there. They say like 25 years. This is going on almost 58 years, that existing bulkhead. But when we had Storm Sandy, it tore the garage down in the house and kind of destroyed the rest of the bulkhead.
Okay.
And like, before they can do anything, you know, they have to make repairs to that one or get rid, you know, take that out
Yeah.
before they drive piles for the new one. So, you know, I have his estimate, and then, you know, I was,
Okay,
you know, just to show you what the increase in costs for bulkheads are.
okay,
You know,
okay.
they're like 50%. You know,
Okay.
it has both, I didn't include this in there because I just found this the other day. But if you want it, you could hold on to that.
Okay, well. Okay,
So, you know, what I was complaining about too is our area is where the land is the narrowest on the
Yeah.
whole strip. So that's gotta affect the pricing of the property, I would think. You know, so I did that, and this is what it used to look like. Aerial view.
what about any, where were you? Which one are you, 70?
This one here, this used to be the garage, that got washed away. Well, that was there, and I tried to rebuild it. I had an engineer come out, I'm an architect,
Yeah,
but I had an engineer come out and a contractor, and he started to build a platform. I was down there one day and it's gone. Because I was gonna stabilize the
Yeah.
garage, and I don't know if the guy next door told him to take it down or whatever, you know, but I had the platform all
Yeah,
built
yeah.
and strapped down to the piles, and I went down, because they sent me a, get rid of it because of the, what do they call it, like, with garbage.
blight.
Blight, yeah, they sent me a letter from Blight to get rid of it. I went down there to look at it, and it was gone. But
Okay, so,
and this is the other thing with that garage. My dad bought it from Mr. Pecora, who we knew from Yonkers. We come from Yonkers. But he owned this house and this house.
mhm,
And he gave my dad the choice which one did he want. He took this one so he could tie a boat in the back of the house. But he kept access to this garage, because he would come up in the summer and buy cottages and
Mhm.
fix them up. He was a contractor. So he has an easement through here, 18-foot easement, which is on the deed.
okay,
So, you know, that 18 feet I can't build on. So,
all right, actually, that's a good
you
point.
know, you can have this if you like. And that's like 27% of the property it comes down to be.
Okay,
You know, I don't know, I didn't include this in the package.
yeah, I'll keep it. The only thing I'm wondering, and because there are a bunch of realtors on the board, and they're gonna know roughly what, like, vacant lots are. Now, I know this has issues, of course, so that'll be taken into
Yeah.
consideration, but do you have any sale comps on Fairfield Beach?
No, because this needs more corrective
Yeah,
work
okay,
than
okay,
anything else. You know, if it was a flat lot, yeah, I can compare it
Yeah.
to other people's houses and stuff, but I mean, there's so much work that has to be done to make it buildable.
okay,
You know, that's my
Okay.
criticism, what construction costs are compared to what property value.
sure. All right, we'll have to figure it, all right. I'm gonna keep this.
Yeah, I don't know
In the back.
if
I have these pictures, did I not,
I don't know.
same as this?
Yeah,
Okay, so I got that, I got this, okay, good. And those pictures are already in here. All right, good.
yeah, I just brought these to make them a little bit clearer than what I had in that package.
Yeah, they come through though.
But, you know, you understand what the condition is.
Yeah, yeah,
See, what I think happens too is they go down there and they see one big piece of property, and I think they give it to me. And actually, the fellow next door, when I went online looking for all of these things, he has 2164 next door,
yeah.
but they have in the field card, the guy on 2160 or something, or 57 or something.
Huh. So you think
So I don't know who puts the pictures in there. But the fellow over, they took a picture of, where are we, 2167. They took a picture of his house that's over here, and not 2164 over there. This was 2155. But
and it's not a common owner? Sometimes they do that.
No, because this lot, see this, I couldn't even compare it to this lot, 2164, because they put this out for bid, and I'm the property owner right next door. They even notified me that it was going out for bid. The town sold it to the guy who owns the house down here for parking, because there's a sewer going across there, so the guy can't build on it. It's just an easement for the town to get the drainage through there. But, you would think they would notify the surrounding property. The fellow right next door bid on it, and this fellow over here bid on it. This fellow got it.
Yeah.
But I think he paid like $50,000 for it. But all he can use it for is a parking lot.
Yeah.
Because the town has an easement through the whole property for the drainage.
I pay $50,000 for a parking lot. I love parking. I'd rather have more garages than bedrooms.
Well, that's what's good about our house, because the whole front was just paved.
Yeah.
So,
my sister lived down there, and she lived closer to like Reef Road. She lived on the beach side, and she had a 2-car garage, but the driveway, like if this was the garage, and the house goes back here, and the ocean's back there, the driveway was like at a kind of a weird angle, and it was like, if this is how big a car is, the driveway basically went to there. I mean, like, you were in the street.
Yeah.
So you got to pull in, and you could barely fit.
On the bend of the road before you get to our property now, the fellow has that. There's a car in the garage and a half a car and a half is
in the
sticking
street.
on.
And so you could never have people over because now maybe it's different. People just park wherever the hell they want.
Down there on the beach side, the last 2 houses are almost up to the road. They had the electric lines. They had to put on arms on the telephone poles, so it wasn't close to the house.
Okay.
So they go hang over the middle of the street going down the center, and they can't even back out of their driveway because the street's only 15 feet wide.
Yeah.
So we have ballards up with a chain across it. They're all bent because they back right into it.
Well, right across the street from her was a large lot, and college kids would park there. But anytime we came, you could probably fit like 6 or 8 cars there. Then the town bought it, and put these huge boulders up, and did nothing with it. But no one could park there anymore. And there was never an issue. It wasn't like anyone ever got towed from here, and kids slept over sometimes with their car there. Nobody cared. It was just her. What did she care? It wasn't her property, though. No, it wasn't her property. And that's how that goes. And so now they ruined it for everybody. So now if you ever wanted to have people over, I don't know where they park. Not for their house.
That's the thing, I don't even mind them parking in our, because I used to tell them, because I live on Lennox Road over here.
Yeah.
I hardly stayed down there.
Right.
My parents came up on the weekends, but I told people, neighbors, if you need parking, park in the driveway. Just put the chain up after you're done.
Yeah, that's nice.
You can use that because we had the most parking of anybody in that area.
Yeah.
Basically.
But you're far down too. Like people could have parked at Seagrave and walked to her, and it wouldn't have been
Yeah, because we could put like 8 cars in our driveway. So we never had problems.
You should actually. We should take off. The last guy came, and I didn't do. Okay. It is 7:09 p.m. This is appeal number 501. I have to read all this shit out, and I forgot to do it for the last guy. That'd be fun. Okay, so my name is Katie Gusson. I'm one of the 9 members of the Board of Assessment Appeals. What we do is we individually will hear different appeals through all the 1,000 plus that were filed. That takes probably another week, at least probably 2 with this, right? We will get together as a unit and go through everything again for the deliberation hearings. We'll make a decision. We notify them downstairs that night. They're supposed to notify you within 5 to 7 days. So that's like the window you're looking at, but don't. It is what it is. Who knows? In that, we'll have all the instructions for you. If you like what we come up with, fine, you're good. Nothing. You'll see the change, and you have to do nothing. If you hate it and you want to appeal again, you can come next year, or you can go to court this year. And there'll be directions and instructions on how to do that. And that's it. I'm just gonna read this onto the record, and then we can start. Correct me if you hear anything that's wrong. And how do you pronounce the last name? Is it Vegas? Okay, so this is Appeal 501, property address 80 Spring Hill Road, Matthew and Carrie Vegas. Town value 1551700, ask value 1303247. And I already said that it's 7 o'clock. Okay. And thank you for you didn't have to. I ended up talking to that lady and she wouldn't get off the phone. And I felt badly because you guys were sitting there. I am going to swear you in, and you're just going to sign that you've been so sworn. All right. Okay. So do you solemnly swear the information you shall give concerning the assessment appeal now in question shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
Yeah.
Either one of you sign that. And then we're good to go. You just tell me anything you want me to know.
Okay.
So before we dive in,
Yeah.
I want to make sure I'm clear on the terminology.
Yeah.
So the valuation of 1.5, is that the assessment value, including the 0.70 times fair market value?
Okay, so your town value, the 1.5 is what is fair market value. The way taxes are paid is they set a mill rate, and they just basically reverse engineer it. What they do is they take every property and they say what's 70% of it. And I don't know why they do this or why anyone does it. So they take 70% of that, and then you pay that times whatever they set the mill rate at, and that's how much tax you owe.
Yeah.
It's more complicated than it needs to be. People get confused by the numbers. So when you get the letter and they give you a number, they're not, for instance, I think you may even have it in here. Maybe you don't. Some people attach theirs. No, you don't have theirs. But it's the letter that came saying this was it last year and this is this year. That's the 70% value. And that's what you're paying taxes on. But ultimately, for our purposes, we need to say, what would your house have traded at on October 1st, 2025? And that's fair market value. So it's a little different.
This is not.
Okay. So
That's on the book somewhere.
Town says you're 1.5.
Got it.
Got it.
So not 900. So not whatever that is.
Got it. Okay. So I asked because it seems like there is a very clear formula to apply here.
Yeah.
I just want to understand that.
Yeah,
apply it.
exactly.
So what we did with that, to the best of our ability, find a bunch of comps in that date range nearby, calculate a price per square foot, take our square footage, get to a fair market value, and that gives you the roughly 1.3.
Did you give me the comp? Let me see if they're in here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's
So there's
really...
a summary that looks like this, and then the
Okay,
actual column.
yeah, I want to see pictures. They're going to want to see pictures. Okay.
And then the final factor, in addition to the actual data, is the vast majority of our property is either wetlands or wetland setback.
Okay.
So it's not
They're going
further
to... They gave you
developable.
yeah.
You can see
And we
here.
did not give to you yet, but this is what it looks like
Right.
for 4 months of the year.
Okay.
this is the whole property. This is the full footprint. All of this is wetland,
Okay.
and all of this is setback. And so it's basically our mailbox in the driveway. The first thing of it is not wetlands or
Put your
setback.
kid's swing set right there.
That's right.
Okay.
Anyway,
Yeah.
it's difficult to
Yeah.
quantify that, but when you're
Oh, right, so
looking-
you don't, I mean, would you ever, you couldn't put a
We
pool.
can't do anything.
can't put a
We
pool,
can't
can't put an
even-
addition on.
We can't even walk, where's
Right,
this
right.
is the stone wall, we can't even walk here right now, it's all swampy.
They're going to be like, well, they do make, to be fair, I understand,
Yeah,
and the comps are
we'll see what
fantastic,
they say.
but they do already have well, we're aware of the topography, and so they is acknowledged. I'm not
Yeah,
saying it's the numbers
yeah.
right, I'm just saying it's not that they think, oh, it's perfectly flat, level land.
Yeah.
But we'll work on numbers or whatever as we move through. But, okay,
So that's,
yeah, it's
that's
pretty
it.
straightforward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I have this already, I'm going to keep
Those
these
are for you,
things,
yeah,
Yeah.
but this is already in my thing, so I don't need any more,
Okay.
anything else.
everything else, this is from you guys.
Oh, aren't you so happy? Got off the train, got down here, got that done. I wish everyone just did, to be fair, you're literally the second person I saw tonight. But some people are just coming in. Well, hang on, let me check my phone. Okay, I'm just bearing with me for this part. It is 7:29. This is Appeal 611. The property is 1127 Sasko Hill Road, owner Judy Urquhart. Town value 5566871, ask amount 34 even. Okay, now just some procedural stuff. I'm just going to swear you in, and you're going to sign things with and sworn here after I do this. Do you swear to tell the truth? No. Do you solemnly swear the information you shall give concerning this assessment field now in question shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Okay,
And you do too,
you
right?
sign there.
I can sign
Yeah.
it.
No, you don't have to. I trust that you'll do it.
I'm gonna have them do most of the talking.
Okay. Okay, so basically the way this works, there are 9 of us for this reval period. We each do these individually. We get together once it's finished, which probably won't be for another, I would say, almost 2 weeks. We will deliberate as a unit, go through, everyone will get all of this, we'll go through it, make a decision. We notify the office downstairs that night, because we do all these hearings at night. They have, I think, 5 to 7 days to notify you, and I imagine it will be paper mail. I don't think that they're sending anything electronic. So you'll look out for that. That's about your time frame, what you're looking for. Everything in that letter will notify you in terms of what your steps are moving forward. If we agree and it's a good done deal, you don't do anything else. If you don't agree and you want to continue to appeal, you can move to court, or you can wait till next year and do it again. And that should be all laid out. I've never actually seen what that looks like, but from what I understand, all that information will be included there, who to contact and how to move forward and how much time you have. I think you have 60 days to get to court, but it might be 30. And I'm a lawyer, so I should know that, but I don't do that kind of stuff, so I don't.
So you're
actually know.
saying
So if we say,
start
oh, they're
looking
full
in
of
a couple
shit,
weeks.
it's five million.
Yeah, start looking in a couple,
Yeah,
in a couple
yeah.
weeks.
And if you don't
Or-
like whatever the decision is, there'll be instructions on what you do moving
Got
forward.
it, okay.
And if you don't like it, you call
Say
them.
your name again?
Katie.
Katie.
Last name is Gusson.
Katie got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know
Okay.
what? I saw a phone call come in from Catherine.
Yeah, Catherine. That's me.
We're so used to getting junk.
I know.
phone
Well,
calls.
I never answer my
You
phone for
never
anything.
answer.
I never answer my phone. In fact, I just got a call tonight saying my personal loan for $60,000 has been approved, and I was like, great, like that I didn't apply. I never, no one calls me. I just don't ever answer it.
Because I was like,
Yeah.
no, I don't know. And then
So
I left my phone on the counter. That was
Well,
like, that was
I
like
do
2
always
hours
have it.
ago.
I do always have my phone, but no one ever calls my phone. so.
Hopefully we can stay a little organized.
Okay, okay.
We wrote this stuff before we came. So, 1127 Sasko Hill, if you go up Sasko Hill all the way to the end and you don't go to the beach to the right,
Mhm.
and you go to the left,
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fair. We all have to live
and
here.
you go to the left, we're up on that little private road.
Okay,
There are about 10 houses. The inside of that road is we call the inside part of the road, and the outside, the houses look out over the water.
okay,
So we're on the inside.
Okay,
So you go up
okay.
around that little road, we're on the inside. This house, my folks bought it in 1982.
okay.
I didn't grow up here. My mom and dad moved here after we were married. We bought, when we lived in California and Texas and other places, we would come here, bring our kids.
For the summers
It's
and
a,
stuff, yeah.
it's a family home. My dad died in 14, my
I'm
mom in
sorry.
19.
I'm sorry.
About 90 years old, she had a
Good life.
Good life. They lived in this house until then, so
So do you know the Samuelsons? They live on that.
I do.
Yeah.
Josh and
So,
Lola, yes.
so they still live there?
Yes.
Okay, so
And
my,
he's trying to sell it,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
for like $25 million, I
and
don't think.
he, I think, has, wait. He came before us when he lived in Greenfield Hill, because I live up there now, and they came before us for that. And then he moved here, and I think the house he bought had also come before us this was back when I was at the chair of this board, and there's like a cemetery on
Yeah.
the property. So part of it was like, they have to allow these people to come onto
So
their
Ralph
land.
and Louise Wagner,
Okay.
Alex, we don't have that much time.
her parents, the Bentons,
Okay,
are buried. Whether they're physically buried or there's just 2 head markers. There's 2
Okay,
head markers
yeah.
on that property.
and they get to come.
And then
That
the
was part of
Bentons sold it to the family, you remember their name, and then they sold it to the Jacks, who rather infamous, and then they sold it to the Sam.
Well, I have a nephew who's now a sophomore in college, but at the time was a kid here, and he's a very good soccer player. He played soccer in college, and he was on the Little League baseball team. And I was talking to his mom one day, and she goes, "Is that Jude?" His last name is Gusson. I said, "Yeah," and she goes, "Oh my God." Her husband worked with Josh, and their 2 sons, who didn't go to school with Jude but knew him from different sports, talked about how much, because he had just moved here, he moved from Virginia. So one played soccer, one played baseball, and they were like, "I know a Jude, no, I know a Jude." And they knew each other, and the 2 dads were like best friends. Scott Balkin, I don't know if you would know him at all. You
I
probably
do know
would. Okay, so Eli and Jude played on Little League together. And
Is
Little League
Scott
World
Balkin
Series.
your?
Scott Balkin is my nephew's Jude. One of his teammates in baseball was Eli, that's Scott's son. And then one of his teammates in soccer was Lucas, and that's Josh's son.
Gotcha.
And Josh and Scott worked together, and they were like, oh my God, we know
Well,
Jude, and
they
so
have a
anyway.
beautiful home.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's right, it wraps around my parents' property.
Okay, okay.
So anyway, like,
Okay.
folks moved here in
Small
'82,
world.
lived here 44 years, my mom died in 19, or in late 18, and we did what, I have a sister, we tried to sell the house. We put it on the market in 2019 for 1.7, we didn't get an offer.
Okay.
We had, what's our realtor's name, very prominent realtor here in town, Melanie Willard.
Okay.
Come over and tell us, tell us story, Tucky. And her daughter tried to sell it, they marketed it all through the New York Times, you name it, pictures everywhere. We couldn't get an offer, that was 2019,
Okay.
but no offer. So my sister, who lived in London, said, hey, I'd like to get out of the house, two of us owned it together, and there were bills mounting for work that needed doing on the house.
Sure.
And so she put the $1 million value on it and said, give me $480,000 for my half. So you'll see that one transfer happened at $480,000.
Okay.
It's since transferred again because after buying it, I then moved it to Judy for estate purposes so that she
Sure.
could build up assets in her name. So we bought my sister out.
Look at him helping you out, Judy.
Yeah, I'm not sure why the lawyer told me that. Like, you put all your assets in your wife's name. I'm like,
Well, it's not a bad idea for you, but it might be a bad idea for you.
So anyway, after I bought my sister's interest and the house hadn't sold, we decided to renovate it. And we didn't renovate the whole house, we renovated a portion of the house, the old cottage part.
Okay.
It's maybe a third of the house, and we put a new kitchen in and a bedroom and a bath above it. We didn't change the footprint, this was all in, there was an old kitchen, a dining room, we knocked it out and put a new kitchen. And so we did a nice little renovation, but no footprint change and not occurring across the whole house. We don't occupy the house today, we live on Harbor Road. My mom and dad owned this house when I couldn't sell it for a number I thought was silly.
Yeah.
I kept it, I renovated it, and then I found that there are a lot of friends, there are children from out of town.
That
We
need
probably
place.
get 100 nights a year
Okay.
of people staying there.
Okay.
We'll have the tennis pro from the club stay there, well, all kinds of people stay there. So we've kept it, we've enjoyed having it, and of course it's a family house to me with a lot of memories, so that's been good. So when I got
We'd love to be able to continue to keep.
when I got the appraisal this year, it's up by 2.6 times.
Okay.
To 5.6 million. It was like 2.1 before. I don't know who thinks
I know.
you could get that in the market. And the unfortunate thing is I can't go prove to you I
I know,
can't.
you got a lot of, you're gonna have a tough time getting comps anyway.
So it's a 4,900 square foot house built in the 30s. They've got a new kitchen in it. And it's got 1.2 acres and it's on the inside of that road, surrounded by Josh's property.
Yeah.
And with no water views. So that's what, it's a nice house, so it's been in the family. So what did I do? I went and I looked at some other houses that had sold on Sasko Hill Road, but not on the golf course water side, but on the other side. Because I think those are more comparable because they don't have water views. And I divided the dollars that they're appraised at, because I went on the cards. I got the dollars they're appraised at. It's funny, they're all appraised higher than what they sold for just in the last year.
Okay,
There's two of them. There's 421 Sasko Hill, 665, but I used the appraised number for the land, because when they sold it, I didn't know it was land or improvement, so I used it. And you can see they come out at, $21 a square foot for land, or 32. Again, land these are much bigger lots than I have, but they don't see the water, nor do I.
Okay.
So, and I'm at 62. It's like, guys, that seems a little crazy. Then I looked at the two houses on this little street that's to the left, right? That I live on. There are two houses across the street from me, 1121 and 1119. They look out over the water. So the bottom part of South Pine Creek, they're like up on Sasko looking over South Pine Creek all the way out to the mid-channel marker, basically. And I looked at them, and they're at 41 and 35 when you divide their appraised land value by the square footage. So I just feel my land value, somehow I'm being...
It's way out of line,
I've got 1.2 acres. These are 2.5, 3 acre lots. These are, one of them's over 4 on the water.
Yeah.
And I'm not. I'm on that interior part of the street. So I think the land value is off.
Okay.
And further, my improvements, if I look at the two houses, I don't know these other two that well. But if I look at the two across the street, they've had new owners over the years, people have done renovations, they're constantly working on their houses. I've been in the houses over the years, they're very nice. They're at much lower dollar per square foot living spaces than I am.
Okay.
And I'm like, yeah, I did a kitchen over and I did a bedroom above it, didn't change the footprint, less than 5,000 square feet, it's about 4,900. It's the same as theirs, a 1930 vintage house. You try to paint them and keep them in good shape, but it's still that house. So I wasn't sure where, this is a 2.2 times increase in my improvements came from. So land value, I think, is skewed, improvements, I think, are skewed.
Okay.
And that's basically our story.
Okay.
Right, Jude, anything else that you wanted to add? I thought this card, these are the addresses, I didn't bring all the cards
No,
with
I
you,
don't,
but
we can pull those,
you can
but
pull
I
them
need
up.
this.
You'll see that if you divide out,
Yeah,
it's that kind of skew.
I'm taking this one, okay?
Yep.
You want another one? Chris?
No, they make it, they'll do it digital for everybody. Okay, good. All right. Easy. I mean, it's straightforward, let's just,
It is straightforward. I thought I had a great discussion with the vision people that you had.
Oh, yeah, I've not heard any word on that.
Why not?
Really?
Well, he didn't make any adjustment.
I'm not saying, people went, but I don't know how, they said they had 1,900 people go, but only like 1,000 appealed here, so I thought, oh, maybe people got, but I
Well,
guess not.
here's what I think one of the things going on is the Jack property, which was bought by the fellow from Westport, at the end there, right above Sasko Beach.
Yeah,
That big piece of property, they've sold lots in there for $8 million. And they're only 200 or 300 yards away from me.
yeah.
But they're
So
night and day different.
Yeah.
Those lots look directly down Long Island Sound to Manhattan.
Yeah.
They're much bigger, they can accommodate these 10,000 and 12,000 square foot houses that they're building. I have a 1930 house, 1.2 acres, you can't even put a bigger house on the, I don't think you can squeeze it on. And I don't have a theater, I don't have a wine cellar, I don't have any of that. I have an old house with a little tiny half basement under it, but a nice new kitchen.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure that kitchen justifies this. So I think sometimes people look at the map, and they say, oh, well, look at this, or Josh, Josh is a great guy, but he has an estate with, the barn behind my house is bigger than my house. He has it on the market for $25 million, I think he's just testing the market. But that doesn't mean my house is,
He's a patient guy, because he could not offload, the timing was wrong for him, he could not offload the house on Hillside. I thought he was more, I thought he was more hedge fund, I know he's hedge fund, but I thought his focus was not on real estate necessarily, it was on oil for a while, I don't know what,
He's got a beautiful home.
Yeah.
He didn't build it, but he bought it, they've done great works with it, they've built a barn that's fantastic. It's a beautiful piece of property. It is one of the last pieces of property that is not interfered with.
Obstructed, yeah.
Because the one next to him, the guy sold the 2 lots down off in front. And that big estate I'm talking about, I call it the Emery estate because Mrs. Emery lived there when we were there. The people that bought it sold 5 or 6 lots in front. So the big old house is gonna sit there and look through this corridor of 10 and 12,000 square foot house. So Josh has the last, I think, of those properties that's all the way to the water himself.
Well, I hope he, I don't know if he's gonna have $25 million, but I hope he gets it. No, that's,
Your people that are coming here?
I think it's just, right? The one other person that came.
We could go on, that is it though, there are a lot of numbers we could throw around, but it just doesn't.
It's shocking, really, when I think about what we're charged